everyone, Kaylee here. Today I'm doing a hairstyle on both Aurora and Ariel because their waves are super similar, it's just their bangs that are different. So I'm going to show you how to do their waves and their bangs respectively. First of all, we need to section. So for Ariel's bangs, we're going to create a very deep side part. And then you're going to go from the back of your part to the opposite temple and make another kind of parting there. And that creates the section that we're going to use for our bangs. So you just go ahead and clip that up and out of the way. If you're doing Aurora's bangs, you're going to start at the crown of your head and go down to either temple on either side. This also creates a triangular section, however the point is at the center of your head with Aurora's bangs versus on the side with Ariel's bangs. So for both princesses, you're going to also section the hair in front of your ears and clip that out of the way on both sides of your head. And then in the back, you're just going to go ahead and split the hair in half. And now we're moving on to curling the hair, which is going to be the same for both princesses. First, go ahead and let down your bang section and split it in half. Then we're going to curl those sections directly forward toward your face. Just kind of almost like you already have bangs, just, arcing them forward and then wrapping the rest of the hair around the curling iron. If you want a stronger curl, what you can do after you take the hair off the iron is to wrap it around 2 fingers, and this puts the hair back in the shape that it was in while it was on the iron. That way it cools in the same shape in which it heated up. That creates a much stronger curl, so if your hair is resistant to curling or you just want to make sure these last all night, this is a really good idea to do. Then you're going to curl the second section within the little bang area. And another thing that you can do if you don't want to wrap the hair around 2 fingers is just to slide the hair off the iron, holding it in its shape, and then just kind of pull it together and clip it just like so. Whichever one is easier for you, do that. We're going to position the rest of the curls at an angle going away from the face, and you're going to take sections that are only as thick as your iron. I am using a 1-inch thick iron, so I'm taking 1-inch thick sections that go diagonally away from my face, and then I'm just wrapping those sections on the iron. You also want to make sure that you tilt your iron to match the angle of the parting that you took. That way you get the best effect out of this curl. Then when you take the iron off, I recommend going ahead and clipping it up to cool, but you don't have to do that if your hair holds a curl really easily. Then continue doing that through the rest of this back section. You're just going to take your little 1-inch thick section on a diagonal, curl it on a diagonal, and then clip it back up to cool. The most important thing about this method is that you get these curls as similar as possible, because when they're all very similar to each other, they turn into great waves at the end of it. So that's really your goal here. If your technique differs slightly from mine, that's okay, as long as you can replicate it with each curl that you do. And now you're going to do the same thing on the other side, just taking your 1-inch diagonal sections and then pinning them up to cool once you're done. I chose a 1-inch iron because I knew it would loosen up to a really pretty wave, but you could always use a 3/4-inch iron for a slightly tighter wave or a 1 1/4-inch iron for a slightly looser wave, just depending on your taste and what hot tools you already have. So once that's done, you are done with the back, and we are moving on to the front, doing the exact same thing again, just going in your diagonal sections all the way down this one side in the front, and then doing the same thing on the other side. Once you have both of your front sections done, you are done with this curl set, which is so good because I bet your arms are sore by now. Mine were, just a little bit. Now you just have to wait for your curls to cool completely, and then you can start taking them out. As I took mine out, I added in my wefts of hair extensions that I had already curled off of my head just to save my arms. If you have hair extensions, you can put them in now, or you can just curl them along with your hair. And then if you have a big set of the synthetic ones that I've been using for my other Halloween tutorials, you can use those before or after you do your curls as well. My blonde synthetic ones were not heat resistant, so I couldn't use them for this hairstyle. Or if you don't have extensions at all, this hairstyle will look great without them. You really don't have to worry about them. I'm just putting mine in because I have them and I like to use them. So anyway, you're just going to keep taking these out and just let the little ringlets fall. You can also hit them with some hairspray for some extra hold if you want to. So go ahead and take down all the curls except for the curls in your bang section, and then brush them through. If you experience any frizz while you're brushing this out, just use some serum, oil, or shine spray to cut down the frizz a little bit. But basically just keep brushing them until they turn into really nice waves and they all kind of mesh together, just like that. Then do the same thing on the other side. It might seem scary to brush through all of your curls, but you can see that it creates a really pretty result. You just have to be brave enough to do it. Now it's time to let the bangs down and then just give them a little brush through to get them ready for the next step. For Ariel's bangs, I'm going to use my brush to get a nice fluffy tease on the underside of the bangs and then smooth it out. Then I'm going to arrange them over my forehead how I want them and place my hand right over that. Then I'm brushing the hair over my hand to create her little flip that she has in her bangs. Then I've got the flip in my hand and I'm just going to twist it once or twice to kind of enhance it a little bit, and then I'm pinning it back. Then I'm going to place my hand underneath the bangs and give it a good bit of hairspray. I'm going to spray the top and the bottom of the bangs, and then I'm going to slide my hand in the direction of the hair, and that gets all the little hairs kind of taken care of. And that's it for Ariel's hairstyle. I hope you guys love this. I love it as well, and I'm going to link the tutorial that I followed for her crown in the description box as well. Now for Aurora's bangs, I'm also going to tease the underside and then smooth the top. Then I'm putting my hand right underneath the bangs and twisting the end around my fingers to create a little pin curl. Then I'm going to go ahead and arrange them over my forehead the way that I want them to look, and just, take some time in the mirror to figure out what that is for you. And then take the little pin curl and place it right on top of your temple, and then you just want to pin in place on the inside of that pin curl right there. I found what really worked for me was to pin once at the top and then once at the bottom, and that held really well, but you can also hit it with hairspray for extra hold. And that's it for our Princess Aurora hairstyle. The bangs are slightly different from the original Disney hairstyle, but I like these a lot and I think it's very similar to hers. So that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's video and I will see you in my next one. Mwah! Bye!